Hello guys, this is Mysterious One coming to you March 4th, 2019 with your Raw review, which comes from in Philly. It was an okay it was an okay show. It ended pretty good actually. It was, it was really in an exciting way, but yeah, and it's a couple of things that happened. Let's get into it, okay? First segment was Roman Reigns, who came out and basically stated that last week Atlanta was his comeback, and this week was he was going to reclaim his yard, but and how being away, going through what he was going through, put things in perspective, and he was thinking and made him think about his future. But there's only one guy that stands in his way, and that's his brother, Seth Rollins, in which he called out. So Seth Rollins said that first and foremost, seeing Reigns out there, and how brave he is, and knowing what he went through and how he overcame it, that leukemia, how he was able to overcome it, gave him the inspiration and the motivation to move forward and slay the beast at WrestleMania. But most importantly, he was going to bring it back to Monday Night Raw every day, and he's going to be there every day, unlike the champion we have now in Brock Lesnar, when we rarely see. And that's what a champion's supposed to be. A champion's supposed to show up every day, every week, and hit the title too, but at least show up every week, because Brock is a waste as a champion. Rollins should beat him at WrestleMania. But anyway, continuing on the segment, now Seth must have thought that Reigns wanted a match with him once he won the championship, but that's not what he wanted. First, he wanted to wish him good luck, and told him to slay the beast, at WrestleMania. We all want him to slay the beast, of course. And he said, but the truth, like he just wanted the band back together, basically, because he said life is too short, you don't know what could happen, and he just wanted one last ride with his brothers. And Rollins said, well, after what Ambrose did the last time when Reigns announced his leukemia and all that, and all the crap he's been doing since then, they've ruined Dean Ambrose's heel character. They don't know what to do with him. They just have him all over the place. But he was having a good heel run, and then I don't know, it just messed him up. It's just, now they're gonna have him back in it's gonna be like, the Shield will be back together, and it'll be like rinse and repeat, the same thing over and over. It's like, they were doing great with having him heel. I don't know, they changed his persona again, and that's and so basically Rollins said, okay, well, even though I'm pretty much done with that, basically he's saying, like, for you, Roman, I will do it. I'll give it a shot. I'll do it. I'm in. But we got to see about where Ambrose's mind is and all that. So they call out Ambrose. As Ambrose was going in the ring, Elias attacks him from behind. He's down at the stage. Reigns and Seth go and check on him, and he just walks to the back. He's very hesitant about this situation, basically. And backstage, even backstage, Seth and Rollins in different segments, they try to convince him to join the Shield again. But Seth Ambrose said he appreciates how they helped him last week, but really, he's really has different perspectives in what he wants to do in his career at the moment. So, so that's why so he was adamantly about not joining the Shield and not reuniting the Shield, even though Seth was in agreement. But he did appreciate how they saved him last week. So there's no animosity there, just different avenues he's heading to. So he said. And then there was a set. And then Ambrose. Then there was a segment backstage where Drew McIntyre and Baron Corbin and Bobby Lashley were there. Then Drew McIntyre said that he was he thought it was kind of pathetic how the Shield are trying to reunite and everything, and how he's just sick and tired of seeing them. And people are sick and tired of seeing Baron Corbin and Lashley. And Drew McIntyre needs to get away from them and just be on his own. He'd be better off. Really. He's got more charisma than them two put together. That's just me, just saying, Well, anyway, they took on Braun Strowman, Kurt Angle, and Balor. And basically, after Lashley gave Balor a spear, pinned him at the end of the match, it was a bathroom match. It was okay, a bathroom match. Anytime there's Corbin in the match, it's a bathroom match. He makes it terrible. Lashley did do a good spear, but he still it was an okay match, I guess. So they win, and then in another backstage segment, there was the dissension, the B team, and Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, and they were all disrespecting Heavy Machinery. It was so childish, calling them names and this, that, and the third, and especially about Otis and everything. And then Otis was upset, and there was another, and said, like, I'm gonna get them back. Basically, like, it was just so childish. There was such childish segments. But anyway, then that led to a gauntlet match with the B team and the Dissension and Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins and Heavy Machinery, in which Heavy Machinery won. Wow, they already buried. They're just garbage teams. Heavy Machinery, yeah, they beat them. They need to be built better than this. But that was that match. That was another not so good. Just Raw. Anyway. So yeah. So they. Backstage, Stephanie McMahon was with Michael Chang and Colin Shows, who are the host of Saturday Night Segment, Saturday Night Live Weekend. Does anybody watch Saturday Night Live anymore? I haven't watched it in ages. I have no idea, no clue who they are. But anyway, they're gonna be the correspondents of WrestleMania this year. I guess that's good. I don't know who they are really, but they're apparently gonna be the correspondents at WrestleMania. So So that's that for that. And there was then okay, so then Triple H was in the ring and to address the Batista situation that happened last week with Flair, how he attacked Flair, and that he was getting all emotional, and he said that Batista wasn't at Raw because Batista said in his sent an Instagram message to Triple H stating that he wasn't at Raw because he doesn't like Philly, so basically saying that, you know, he, no offense, but not really. So that's why. So, and basically Triple H was not there. He said he wasn't there at the party for Ric Flair. He was there for the man, Richard Flair. He used his real name, yes. Because he was trying to make the statement that he was there for the person, Richard Flair, not the character Ric Flair. But he wanted to give him some props as the Nature Boy Ric Flair. But that unfortunately didn't happen because of what Batista did. But he kind of ruined the moment for Ric Flair. And for, you know, Triple H was by his side through everything. Ric Flair was even in his wedding and all that. And through thick and thin, and Flair was even near death, and Triple H was there for him through everything, through all the good and bad. So they like this. And so Triple H said, "Oh, you wanted my attention? You got my attention, and I'll fight you anywhere. You can come to my house. I'll go to your house anywhere, at a movie set, wherever. It doesn't matter. I'm up to the challenge if you are, no matter what." So basically, they're gonna have a match at WrestleMania, and it should be a good one. Like Jim Ross used to say, it's gonna be a slobber knocker. Yeah, if anybody knows who Jim Ross, greatest announcer, one of the greatest announcers of all time. But anyway, and he Triple H goes on to say that the only reason Batista beat Ric Flair up like that, 70-year-old Ric Flair, because he couldn't get his way. So he wanted to get his way. That's why he quit before, because he couldn't get his way. He wasn't treated properly. He wasn't cheered the proper way. So, you know, that's why and now he's come back to, I guess, get his revenge on Triple H. Maybe he blames everybody, and he blames Triple H for his downfall, for Batista's downfall, and the fact that he wasn't cheered back then. So in 2014, that's when now he's back for, because now he does it, and he wants to just get back at Triple H. And that was the only way to do it, by attacking Ric Flair. So the next, and then in this next segment, Stephanie McMahon said, as far as what Ronda Rousey did last week, she felt it was very disrespectful, in which it was. You don't lay the title down on the floor like that and just vacate it and leave it. It was very disrespectful of her, and that she went as far to say it was blasphemy for her. That's how far Stephanie McMahon said what Ronda Rousey did. And this is why the WWE will do what's best for business, and lifted Becky Lynch's 60-day suspension and dropped the charges, which I knew would happen, and so she made a match between Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch to determine the vacant championship. Who will get it? It was for the championship match at Fastlane, which is this Sunday. Tori Wilson was announced to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. I don't really care for her much, but okay. So yeah, so she along with DX and the Honky Tonk Man, gonna be inducted in the Hall of Fame so far. And there's nothing on her even. So what happened? The Queen came out and said that the Queen, Charlotte Flair, came out and said that the man has nothing on her and that she's gonna get her at Fastlane, basically. This is just a reminiscence of a repeat from the past. They fought so many times, but but this is gonna be for the vacant title. So let's see what happens there. So Elias came out and faced Ambrose, and then Seth Rollins came out and Elias beat Ambrose, pinned him. Ambrose and then Seth Rollins came out and along with Reigns and they once again trying to convince him to to form the Shield, but he's still refusing. I guess he's hesitant because of all the things that he's done. He's probably feeling kind of guilty, in which he kind of should feel guilty, because what he was doing was, but he played a great heel character, didn't he? Did like it, but that's how he feels. Ambrose, all he did was left the ring and went through the crowd and just stood there. And then Drew McIntyre and Lashley came out saying, Drew McIntyre said how pathetic it was how they tried to reform the Shield and everything, and he wanted to make a challenge to them so they can have an epic match at Fastlane, but he said that they didn't deserve it anyway. So, and they won, but I don't know how much of an epic match Drew McIntyre, Lashley, and Corbin against the Shield was going to be, but anyway, so they go in the ring, try to attack Rollins and Reigns, and then in the middle of that chaos, Ambrose comes in. They Rollins and Reigns put their fists together, and Ambrose is like pacing back and forth, and then he said, it's like he said, fuck it, and just put it, and it's like the Shield are back together. So that's how the reunion happened. And Sasha Banks, there was a bathroom match. Well, it was against Sasha Banks and Tamina, and of course Tamina beat Sasha Banks last week. Bayley beat Nia Jax this week. Tamina beats Sasha Banks. So that's that for that. That was not much of a match anyway. But backstage, there was a little segment with those guys. They're gonna be at, I don't even know their names, the Saturday Night guys, and Strowman Strowman was backstage and they had a little segment. It's nothing. And Strowman had Colin Joss. And Colin Joss said, "Is it even real?" And Strowman grabbed him by the throat and said, "What do you think?" And all that stuff is so dumb. The dumb segment. But anyway, there was a match between Ricochet and Aleister Black against the Revival again for the title, but they didn't get the title because Gable and Roode interfered. They beat up the Revival, and then they confront. And then of course Aleister Black and Ricochet was pissed off, rightfully so, and they went in the. And then Gable and Roode went in the ring, confronted, like, "Oh, you just came, why are you getting the title match and all that?" There's no rematch clause, so I don't automatic rematch clause, so I don't know what they're griping about. Let these new stars get their shine. But maybe looks like there might be a future match between Gable and Roode and Aleister Black and Ricochet, I suppose. That's what it seems to me. So then Stephanie McMahon came in the ring with the vacant WWE Women's title. Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch were officially announced for the championship at Fastlane. Lynch signs the waiver, and then Ronda Rousey came and demanded her title back. And so Stephanie McMahon gave her the title, and she said, and Rousey said something like, that she was untouchable, and that she could do anything. She could do anything she wants because she's money, and all Stephanie McMahon and all the McMahons think about is money, and they don't care. So she could run rough shots anytime she wants. Then and she's tired of being basically taken for granted, and how the fans they booed her in California, in Los Angeles, and her hometown and all that, and she was really still angry about that. So basically, she beat up Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch got the worst of it, and Charlotte Flair was just like looking on, like, okay, keep on beating my opponent in that fast thing, no problem. I'll get I'll beat her. And this time, obviously, it wasn't for the title; it was for the Becky Lynch, and to see if Becky Lynch will be inserted into the main event as a triple threat at the WrestleMania, which it should happen, and people want it to happen, and been teased to be happening, so it should happen. And if Becky Lynch doesn't beat Charlotte at Fastlane, then that's it. But if she does, then she'll be inserted. And basically, Ronda Rousey was just being her badass self that we all knew she could be, and basically Stephanie McMahon said that that Rousey has no regards to anybody, and she just showed her true colors and everything, and she did. She showed what kind of a badass she could be. She's pretty frustrated. She seems to be very frustrated with fans, with everybody. I don't know why. I mean, she's had this title forever, so I don't know why she was basically given the title. So I don't know why she should be so pissed off. But anyway, good storyline anyway. Right? Makes her badass that she is, and Stephanie McMahon said that she thinks that if Ronda Rousey thinks she's untouchable, basically, she's not untouchable, and she can. And something needs to be done about what she's doing. She can't be doing it roughing up some people like that. And whatever happens, at Fastlane should be great. And whatever, if it's Charlotte Flair against Ronda Rousey, or if it's a triple threat, it's still going to be an epic match at WrestleMania. And that at WrestleMania, either way, she'll get what she deserves. And how Stephanie McMahon says that she has a lot to think of, and how she may make a decision that will impact Rousey's career. So she shouldn't think she's untouchable, because she's not, and she's right. But basically, that's the rundown of the show. Y'all can give me a thumbs up if you'd like, and please just subscribe and comment if you'd like, and what you thought about my review, if you thought it was good, bad, and what you think about the rundown of the show, if it was good, bad, or in between. So please tune in tomorrow for my SmackDown review, and you all have a great evening. Thank you. Love y'all.